Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Recoil Outdoor. We are currently in Brad's shop working on the TJ once again. Today we are Jeff's over here doing a nut and bolt check on the entire TJ, getting it ready for Dirt Fest. We've got Seth Brown over there killing it, making a steering column for a disconnect wheel. And then Brad is helping me out building a new track bar. So the old track bar was a little too short. It wasn't on the same plane as the drag length. What we want is basically the steering to follow in the same plane, right? So instead of the old one being basically like that, or vice versa, whichever, we're going to put it over here in the same playing field, or something around like that. So that's what we're working on tonight. Brad's going to help me grab up some brackets. I've personally never made a track bar, so welding in these heims a little bit new to me. Not that I've not messed with heims, I just haven't put anything together myself. So we're gonna get busy doing that tonight. Follow along, stay tuned. We got some exciting stuff coming up.
All right, we're back at our secret hideout shop, and steering column is virtually done. I need to lay the windshield down and finish a couple welds. We've got our new center console to mount up. Seat brackets are all done. We've got our safety loops for our harnesses to keep the shoulder harnesses from moving around. We've got aluminum that we're going to start figuring out how we're going to do our rear firewall on our roof. Tidying up a little bit of wiring. We're going to move the start switch down here so that way Chance can reach it with his short arms. And Brad is finishing up the bracketry for the track bar on the frame side. And then we'll box that in, cycle everything. We are going to move the hoses for the steering ram a little bit. And I mean, we're getting close on the big stuff we wanted to get done. So yeah, almost there. As for this big safety stuff we want, there's like some small, stuff we want to do, but for the most part, it's going to have a lot of those things we found out that we need to fixed. So. So the track bar, we've made the same length as our drag length, so that way they move in the same arc, and also change the angle so that way the angle matches. Trying to get rid of bump steer as much as possible. So hand cut brackets by Brad. It was just instead of designing them, taking them to the plasma table for this time. It was quick, easy to do. We'll end up boxing this up. Same with on the other side. 3/4 inch heims because that's what it was already using. We're double shear on both sides, and we did everything with the bolts going in the horizontal plane, so we didn't have to do a high misalignment spacer and reduce the bolt size. So we got a full 3/4 inch bolt going through, and should be plenty strong for this application. A lot of applications, you'd probably use a 1 inch, 1.25 rod in for something like that, but for this, it'd be just fine. All right, so we're making a new column. This didn't have tilt. We had this big old monstrosity, still had the airbag in it and everything. So we're going to a quick release hub steering wheel. So what we did is we cut the splined end of the factory steering column off. that goes into a U-joint down by the firewall. So this will still bolt right into that. So we just cut that off, weld it on to the end of a 3/4 inch DOM steering shaft material. And then we'll hang it from a 3/4 inch rod in, just like a race car. And then...
Well, we're going to have to do a solvo on that. It's so thick it's casting.
Oh, okay. Go to a quick release steering hub. I got a aftermarket steering wheel from Smiley's. Still a little snug, but now to get out, you can take the steering wheel off. This will just be what's left on. And even though we don't have tilt, you won't have this in the way of getting in and out of the rig. And also, it's hard to steal a rig without a steering wheel on it. So get that on there, slide that in there, start getting a measurement on where to cut. Get this, before I weld this on, I'll get the rod input on, figure all that out. This will be the last thing I put on, because once I put this on, the rodding might not come off if I can't get this weld ground down flush. But, you know, we'll see how that goes, and we'll have a race car steering column for this thing. What I ended up doing is we actually used the old track bar tube since it was already threaded for the rod end size that we needed for the steering column. Cut that down, welded it to the cage, added some gussets. We've got 2 rod ends here to support it because there's a slip joint here and U-joints on either side, so it would have been kind of wobbly without having 2 attachment points. Eventually we'll come in here and we'll add a like a flange here so we can drop this and completely remove everything. And the way we built it is we reuse the factory steering column spline. So from here down all the way, it's all factory. So we can easily retrofit something else into it in the future. And it's nice and sturdy. So yeah. Also quick release hub. So I gotta tighten that back, and it won't do that anymore. But when you go to get out, and now because we wanted to do a tilt, but this takes a lot of that need out because now you got room to get in and out, and also it's somewhat of a theft deterrent also.